everyone, I'm Chester44, and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights. Last episode, we've gone through and cleared out all of the caves up here, of the bugbears, orcs, and goblins, and killed all three of their chieftains. We've also learned a little bit of what's going on. Apparently there's some master in the caves below who appears to be taking their strongest downstairs for some kind of army. And they're fighting each other in order to prove they're the strongest and join this army. Well, let's go down and see if we can find this master. Whoever and whatever he is. Triggered a trap, and more orcs and goblins. And there's a prisoner right here.
Taste my savage
Maybe
fury.
he'll be able to tell us more.
Taste my savage fury.
These guys are kind of tough. Well, they're all dead. Well, they were kind of tough. Still, we're doing well. Alright, let's investigate in here.
I shall do as you ask.
Bash us
For
open!
honor and
There's a prisoner
glory.
in here I want to look at.
It is
Speak
done.
to. Cure serious wounds potion. Nice.
I don't recognize you. Have you come to finish what Dergiab started? No. You look more like intruders to me.
And you look more like a prisoner to me.
Well, yes, that's true. I am a prisoner. Dergiab betrayed me and threw me in here when I was no longer of use to him.
Who's this Dergiab you mentioned?
I would have assumed the other denizens of these caves would have filled you in on this by now. The Master is all they can babble about. Dergiab, or the Master if you prefer, is an ogre mage of some power. He was also my former partner until he fell in with that cult and betrayed me.
Dergiab was your partner?
He was. At least he was until he went away and came back with that cultist. Before that, we recruited our army together.
What were you recruiting an army for, and how big has it gotten?
For what else? To gain power. We wanted to do the same as Sithsilis down in Ab. Maybe even raid Luskan. There aren't many soldiers yet. I was insistent on picking only the best of the bugbears, orcs, and goblins in these caves. And that's slim pickings.
Tell me more about this cult he fell in with.
I don't know much about it. Dergiab came back from one of his outings with a cultist beside him. He claimed there had been a change of plans. Dergiab only listened to the cultist after that. Said he was preparing the army for some different purpose. Something greater. I objected, naturally. Foolishly, as it turns out, seeing as where it got me.
Tell me a bit more about this cultist.
His name's Ganon. He's an assassin or rogue or some such thing. I never spoke to him much, so I couldn't tell you more.
Really? I would have expected Ganon to be a dwarf. Do you know what purpose the cult wanted the army for?
No. Dergiab would only say that they needed the forces for the return, whatever that means. The cultist wouldn't elaborate, at least not to me.
I don't need to hear any more. You're free to go.
I'll be glad to leave all this far, far behind. I thank you for releasing me, my human friend. We won't meet again.
Very well. Farewell, Nuglat. Now, let's move on. Let's start this way. Or we can start by dealing with these guys.
Intruders! Intruders!
Okay, I didn't see those guys there, so fair enough.
For the oath god.
Aelin? Yep, you're charging after them. Alright, I'm gonna put on the power attack just to help here. Quite a few orcs here.
The rage of the red tiger unleashed.
Come on, kill them all! I am kind of wondering if maybe I shouldn't have had that. I don't don't think the +5 is really helping as much as it seems. Oh, come on, Dalen. I hate how they always charge forward as much as they do. Alright, there. Those are all dead. Come back for the corpses after. Let's take a look what's down this path here. It looks like it leads to a dead end. Probably not where the, where Dergiab is hiding, but still,
Make
it's
this
something
fight
to look
count.
at.
It will be your
And of
last.
course, there's more reinforcements we can kill. Alright, now for this one. Okay. We'll pick up their corpses on the way back. A pile of stones. There's a big area over there. And there's a corpse in a chest under here. Okay, there's some loot. There we go. Killed off some reinforcements and things are going
I shall
well.
do as you ask.
What are you, where are you charging off to? Get back here, Dalen!
I shall do as you ask.
I don't know where the hell you thought you were going, but seriously? +1 bandit mail. And a +3 healer's kit too, which I am going to put in the box. There we go. Alright. Actually, hold on a second. Much better. Be able to fit things in much more efficiently now. Alright, moving on. Alright. I think... yeah, there's some huts up here. I guess this is probably where the army was staying. Ooh, a scythe. And some coins. These all...
I have failed in the
barred
task.
from the other side.
I have
Barred
failed
from
in
the other
task.
side. Why were they barred? They couldn't have been staying here then if they were barred. As how would they get in?
I have failed in the task.
How would they even have gotten
I
out?
have failed in
Doesn't
the
make
task.
sense. Alright, and some more orcs. That trap was a little painful. Alright, finish those guys off. Bit of loot over here. With boots of +1 reflexes. Something. Garbage here. The fire gate and a chest here, which
I
we
shall
will
do
bash
as you
open
ask.
and get I don't know what.
Yeah.
Alright, what was in that chest? 18 coins. Alright, I think this area here is gonna be where the last guy is. Alright, let's find and deal with this Dergiab. In fact, you know what? Oh, too late now. Let's go in and fight. There he is. Destroy the troublemakers! The return cannot be stopped. Kill the mage! Do not... oh, well, I think that cultist died. Dergiab will die shortly. Wow, we have taken a lot of damage, I just noticed. Well, Dergiab's dead. And it looked like the cultist he was with died as well. Kill that guy. Excellent. We've got an unidentified helmet, +1 double axe, and there's Dergiab's head. This ragged trophy is the head of Dergiab, an ogre mage threatening Gerald and the other farmers along the North Road out of Port Last. And here we have the Sash of Shimmering, Potion to cure light wounds, and a couple other potions that we're going to put into storage. Potion of Cat's Grace, and Invisibility. And because I have no idea what kind of traps there are here, please rest. Why an F? I don't know. Alright, just about through there. Excellent. And what else have we got?
I have failed.
That one's locked.
I have failed.
And that one's locked. Ah, but here we have a +1 katana and Ganon's journal. I find I've grown fond of the monsters in these caves. They are savage, violent, and easily whipped into a frenzy by my puppet ogre mage, Dergiab. Not entirely unlike the rest of us who have turned following Malgrim into a religion. He is the puppeteer, we his willing puppets. And to think he sent me here to search for some ancient artifact as he sent my brothers to Charwood and the Neverwinter Wood. It isn't in this place. It would have left some telltale sign. It would want to be found. It would call me to it. Perhaps they have had better luck in the two woods. So instead of being a puppet, I have become the puppeteer. Not so grand as Malgrim, but even so, look how Dergiab struts and schemes at my bidding. Malgrim, eh? So we have a name. Malgrim. But who?
Now see what a true warrior looks like.
It is done.
Well, let's open these chests and everything. Amethyst, bark skin. Got a chest here. Ow! Okay, glad I rested. There's another trap here. But we can bash our way in. Wow, this actually isn't very well protected. Or very reinforced. And we've got more boots of reflexes. Okay. Alright, so we have some loot out of that. This portal will return you to the surface. Well, we have nothing else down here, so let's return. Handy. Alright, that's good. I think we can go and report in on what we've done and collect loot. We have the time. I'm surprised we managed to finish this so soon. But we do have leads. Charwood and the Neverwinter Wood. And we have word of this Malgrim. Oh yes, and we happen to help Gerald.
Well, hello to you. Were you the one I told about them monsters bothering us around here? The ones who took my wife, Leah. Do you bring word?
Well, I see Leia made it back safely. That she did. She has returned safe and sound, which is more than I thought possible. Thank you, lad. I will be forever grateful. I hope this bit of gold will do as a reward. It will do. It's the least I could do. Is there something else, lad? Well, the monster's leader, Dergiab, is dead. I have his head. That is a relief, then, to be sure. We'll have none of his terrorizing anyone else in these parts. Thank you, but lad, I hope this bit of gold will do as a reward. It will do. It's the least I could do. Is there something else, lad? No, I'll be on my way. Aye, do be careful if you go into the hills then, lad. I wish you well.
Thank you so much for all you have done.
Of course, Leia. And we have leveled up. So, we're going for fighter, and as usual, point in persuade, point in lore, and point in discipline. And we have a new feat that we can pick. One of any feat. I think I'm tempted to take Thug. I've taken Persuade here, right? Yeah. So not skill focus. Well, some of these are nice. I really want to keep Persuade as much as I can, so I'm taking Thug.
Yes.
Alright. Now let's go back into town, sell all the loot we got, and find out what this helmet we got was. Actually, you know what? Just rest for a second. Regain the little bit of health we have. And then we'll also turn in the book we have. Oh, wow. Somehow the entire area has been fully explored, even areas we didn't look at before. Interesting. Don't know how that happened. Alright. Let's start by going into the temple so that we can sell and get identified and such. Why not the temple? It's where we're selling stuff anyway.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Alright, I'd like to make a purchase. What is this? Thavian Circlet. Thavian Circlets were created by the Red Wizards to help them fend off the aggressive Luskan Brotherhood. Though designed only to augment spellcasting abilities, they have the additional benefit of improving the wearer's hardiness, reflexes, and willpower. Since their introduction, the conflict between the two groups has been markedly restrained. +2 to intelligence, +1 to all saving throws, and a bonus to concentration. Well, that is definitely better than the horsehair helmet, which only gives a concentration bonus. So, I think we'll take it. Everything else we have here will be sold, because we do not need any of it. Including these gems. Armor. Weapons. All of this. Okay. I have to do it like that. Alright. That's all the stuff sold. Now, let us go report in on what we have found. Alright. Arabeth.
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, my friend. Lord Nasher tells me he is confident of your success, though I do worry at the danger in which you place yourself. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
I have located some information about the cult.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
Well, we found this journal, left behind by some cultist named Ganon, who is leading a whole bunch of threats just outside. Just to the north, in a bunch of caves, they were trying to build an army of humanoids, orcs, goblins, and bugbears. We managed to kill their leaders and the one in charge of doing all this.
So the cult was responsible for stirring up the humanoids in the hills? You are to be commended for putting an end to that danger indeed. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them. Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists may be found. Charwood and the Neverwinter Woods. Search those places, perhaps, for the information we seek. Have you found any other information?
Nothing else, no. But thank you.
Then I wish you luck.
And by the
I
way...
am pleased to see that have you yet discovered
By
any
the
new
way,
information
you
on the
look
cult?
tired. Have you not been sleeping well, Arabeth?
Why do you ask me that? The spy master put you up to this, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
I see. I suppose my state is obvious enough. Aaron is far more concerned than is warranted, however. Certainly a few bad dreams are not a reason to become alarmed. The servants claim I speak in my sleep and say frightening things. They creep about me cautiously, like I have gone mad. And Aaron pays their superstitious twitterings far more heed than he should. After all that has happened with the plague and Fenthic, I think a disturbing dream or two is not so surprising, wouldn't you agree?
I agree, but these dreams are disturbing enough to keep you from sleep?
Now you too? Has the world gone mad, or is it me? These dreams are disturbing and frightening, but they shall pass. They are my burden to bear and no one else's.
Why don't you tell me about these dreams? Maybe it'll help.
Perhaps you are right. Having the perspective of another on these dreams may not be a bad idea. I am falling in the dream, always falling, surrounded by a heavy blackness which chokes and drowns me. Grasping hands reach out to me, and the voices, a cacophony of whispers that plead to me for help. And then I see a shrouded figure. It is Fenthic. He is walking away from me, and I run to catch him. But always he eludes me in the darkness. The voices get so much louder. They are accusing me, blaming me, and I feel ashamed. though I do not know what I am being blamed for. I cry out for help, for them to stop their assault, but I go unheeded. And then I catch up to the figure, and I see that it is not Fenthik. He turns and gazes at me with sad eyes, and I know it is Tyr. And then my god turns his back on me. These are my dreams. Perhaps now you can understand why I have not wished to discuss them. I am frightened of what they may mean.
That is very curious. It's only fears and worries dredged up by your mind, Erebeth.
That's kind of you to say. I am glad I told you at least. It makes the dream seem a bit smaller now. I do feel better for it, thank you. I am reminded a little of how I was introduced to the Paladin life. You should ask me to tell you the tale sometime. Until then, however, let's return to the subject of your task. That is something we can focus on at least.
As you wish. Do you have any advice for me?
I wish there were better leads we could send you. All I can suggest is that not everything that is unusual will be the
Alright. Well, let's speak with Aaron.
The gods smile on us that you remain yet unharmed for your efforts. With luck, success shall soon follow.
There doesn't seem to be any more information about the search,
What would you
but
have of me?
if I may, you told me to ask you sometime how you met Lord Nasher.
Aye, so I did. Though I had not expected that you would be truly interested in hearing the rest of the tale. Are you sure I am not boring you?
Well, of course not. I mean, you spent your time as a frickin' pirate. How is that not interesting? No, I truly want to hear it.
Is that so? I have not had someone eagerly asking me such since... well, never. Usually I am not so, how shall we say, available. So be it. You will recall, I hope, that I made the majority of my early fame as the spy master for the infamous Randall the Red, aye?
Aye, I remember that.
That life continued much unabated. Our ship found safe harborage in Luskan, and Randall plagued the Neverwinter trade lines endlessly. Lord Nasher was not always the aged man you know now. When I first encountered him, he was a man in his prime, a veteran of the sword and in possession of a brilliant mind. Lord Nasher vowed to end Randall's reign over the waterways. He personally sailed from Neverwinter to seek and destroy our ship.
How long ago was that? You can't be that old.
I was still a young man at the time, my friend. Our Lord Nasher already had a lifetime of adventure behind him, and was the greatest lord of the North. For 2 years we sparred, he and I. It was all I could do to discover his ingenious plots to find Randall, just in time to avoid them. Never had I labored so. Once, he even disguised himself and his men as Walkiner priestesses shipping gold to Am, knowing that would draw Randall like a moth to the flame.
Lord Nasher disguised himself as a priestess? Oh, that must have been amusing.
Only at the last moment did I give in to my suspicions and warn Randall from their ship. It was a very close thing, however. In the end, it was I who betrayed Randall. He grew more desperate and more violent, plundering ships and killing all aboard. This he had never done before. When next the shadows told me of Lord Nasher's latest plot, I did nothing. I waited silently and watched as Nasher's men sprung from Randall's latest target.
That was a very brave thing to do. If it had gone wrong, I imagine you might have been dead from Randall's hand.
Randall was no true friend. He made use of me, and I had needed him. It was a choice I had to make, and it was no easy one. I fully expected to be executed, and waited grimly as I was rounded up with the rest of Randall's men. My fate, as I saw it, was sealed. I waited a long time in the dungeons of Castle Never. The first man who came to my dark prison, however, was none other than Lord Nasher himself.
He then proceeded to push a stone in the wall and walk through a hole. I then went on my way in order to save the land of Cyrodiil from... Wait, no, that's the wrong story.
He was very intense and charismatic. And suspicious. I was, after all, a well-known pirate, yes? He asked me only one question. Why did you not warn Randall the Red of my attack? I told him that even though I served Randall, I could not allow what he was doing to continue. Lord Nasher seemed surprised by my answer. So you would betray any man you served if you did not agree with his actions? He asked me. And I had only one answer. I said I would betray any man who I felt was wrong. And my only regret was that I had waited as long as I did with Randall.
How did he respond to that?
He smiled at me and said that he only hoped that if he did something wrong, that I would tell him first. I asked him if this meant I was to serve him now. To that he said, no. I was to serve Neverwinter. That was to be my sentence. I am 20 years into my sentence now, my friend, and I have been thankful for each year of it.
So you're a prisoner, then?
Not truly, my friend. I have come to admire Lord Nasher and love Neverwinter with all my heart. It is a prison that suits me well, and had I left, I never would have met my Kali.
Callie? Is that a woman?
It is nothing, my friend. Something best forgotten that I should not have brought up. Your original question has been answered, I hope. Let us return to the topic of your mission and speak no more of me today.
As you wish, Aaron. I will be
shall
going.
await your return then. Be safe and Godspeed.
Indeed. And that, I believe, is where we are going to end this episode, because it has gone on long enough. Next episode, I don't know if our companions are ready to share more of their tales. I doubt it, but we'll find out. And if not, well, I think maybe we'll go further north. Take a look at the Green Griffin Inn. Sure, we've already completed the major issue up there, but there's still more to look at to the north before we go east or south. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Cheswick44, that is Ken Daniels and Dalen Red Tiger. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, and I shall see you all next time.